Hey everyone, we are at Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary. Alcatraz was used as a federal penitentiary from about 1930 something up through the early 1960s. It was called the first super maximum security prison, and it held the worst of the worst criminals. It was, to put it plainly, torturous. The men were held in tiny cells with no windows, a cot, a small metal table with a small metal stool that folded out from the wall, a small bowl sink on the wall, and a commode. They were given no decorations for their cell, and they were allowed very few, if any, personal items inside their cell. They spent as much as 23 hours a day inside their cells. Occasionally they were allowed out into the recreation yard, which was a huge privilege. Every man on Alcatraz was required to work, and many were quoted as saying that work was a privilege because it allowed them to get out of their cell if they were working. Contrary to what the U.S. government told Americans and the residents of San Francisco, there were escapes from Alcatraz, but very few. Some of the men who tried to escape are still, even to this day, listed as missing because their bodies were never found and they never surfaced. Alcatraz was a horrible place. Yes, the men who ended up here, for the most part, earned the right to be here because of their horrible crimes. The truth is that some men who ended up here did not do such horrible crimes. One man was placed here after stealing $16 from a convenience store to feed his family. But it was considered a federal crime because that convenience store was connected to a U.S. post office. What a horrible waste. What a waste of a life. I will be honest and tell you that I cannot imagine what life was like inside these walls. Now, there were men like Machine Gun Kelly and Al Capone who certainly deserved to be here, but there were some men who didn't. If you ever get a chance to visit Alcatraz, you should visit. It's an interesting place. It's a sad place, but it's a piece of our history and we need to know about it. Thank you for traveling with Tom and Melissa.